Oh man, folks. Oh man. Episode 5 of Season 2, titled The Jedi, was huge. Absolutely game-changing stuff. This show has been on an absolute roll as of late, so without further ado, let's get into it. Obviously, there will be spoilers ahead, so be warned. They wasted absolutely no time with Ahsoka. I did not expect this. I was almost certain that it was going to be a Luke and the Force Awakens type thing where we see her in the very last scene of the episode, but oh man was I wrong. I was worried that I wouldn't accept live action Ahsoka, that it would feel too weird or too wrong. But honestly, it didn't take very long at all for me to get used to her. I thought she looked fantastic, which is impressive considering how elaborate Ahsoka's design is. And as far as her behavior goes, again, I think she was very true to what we've seen from her in the past. I loved her swagger as she murked all those masked soldier guys. You can just tell by the way she moves that she's been through a lot. You know, she's only fought a Sith Lord or two. We'll get back to Ahsoka in a moment, but I loved the dreary, deposed atmosphere of Corvus. It looked like a sickly hell on Earth. Again, definitely not what I was expecting when Bo-Katan said that it was a forest world. You could pretty much title this episode, Not What I Was Expecting. Seamless transition here, but I always assumed that Din would end up naming the child. I never thought that he'd already have had a name, and even if he did, I didn't think we'd have any way of actually learning it. But it's Grogu, and I think it fits him. However, I feel like the name Baby Yoda is going to be stuck with him forever, especially amongst casual fans. It was also completely unexpected to find out that he lived through Order 66 and the attack on the Jedi Temple. I didn't even expect him to have been trained at all by the Jedi. I thought that he was just a Force-sensitive child, so this was pretty huge to find out. I was about ready to roll my eyes at Ahsoka's refusal to train Grogu, but when she compared him to Anakin, it made total sense. Of course she would be that insanely reluctant to train someone with such strong attachments after seeing what happened to her former master. That was such a good moment, I thought. Absolutely perfect. I really can't say enough about how well Ahsoka was handled in this episode. Filoni, you son of a Gundark, you've done it again, you. The HK-87 droids were a nice little tidbit to toss in the episode as well. They're slowly bringing in more and more Old Republic stuff into canon, and I for one am here for it. Back to Ahsoka. My one gripe I had with her was how difficult it was for her to defeat the Magistrate. This is actually a problem I have with Filoni's entries into Star Wars going back to the Clone Wars. He tends to occasionally disregard a character's power or skill level in order to make a particular duel more challenging or entertaining. I mean, Ahsoka has beaten them all, gone toe-to-toe with Vader and Grievous, and yet she gets disarmed by this middle-aged woman with a spear. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong and the Magistrate is in like the top 1% of spear wielders or something, but Ahsoka should have wiped the floor with her in my opinion. Add this to the list of things I can't believe, but a Grand Admiral Thrawn name drop. There were theories of him potentially showing up, but I didn't think that it could be this season, and it still might not be, but it seems more likely than not now. And where there's Thrawn, perhaps there's Ezra too. This is wild. Filoni is pushing all his chips to the center of the table here, folks. We thought that the sequel series to Rebels would be another animated show, but it seems that it was The Mandalorian the whole time. Freaking Dave Filoni, man. I mean, if George Lucas is God, Filoni is Jesus Christ. Lastly, Ahsoka points Din and Grogu in the direction of Tython, which is essentially the planet where the Jedi Order was first formed, sprouting from the Jedi. The planet is extremely strong with the Force, as you might expect, so it should be interesting to see the duo go there. One final observation I had was that Ahsoka never actually refuted Din's claim that she was a Jedi. When we last saw her in Rebels, she was clear that she was no longer a Jedi. But perhaps she has since rejoined the Order, or maybe she didn't think it was worth explaining to Din. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And that's all I've got for you this time. This episode was easily the best of the season, and maybe my favorite episode of the show so far. I'm going to give it an A. I would love to see Ahsoka every episode. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we'll be lucky if we see her again this season. But I truly love the direction The Mandalorian is taking. It offers so many diverse elements that make Star Wars great, and I think it's easily the best live-action Star Wars content Disney has given us. Anyway, please remember to like and subscribe. New videos every Wednesday, as well as Mandalorian episode breakdowns every Friday. Thank you so much for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the future.